Welcome to the 34th week of this year's In Times Like These recap. Now, let's get into this. Starting with Dr. Terry Murphy, who is confronted by her ex-husband Finnegan Burke and his lover Harley Drake, revealing Finnegan knows about Terry's affair with Harley's son Alan. Finnegan scolds Terry, threatening to tell Quinlan Franklin about the affair, exposing it publicly, feeling like she neglected Keeve, allowing their son to make a mess of his life. Keeve Burke confronts Yvette Mitchell at the mall, startling her with his presence. Yvette demands to know why he's in public after being outed as Vanessa's stalker. Keeve downplays the accusations, but Yvette reminds him of the night he nearly forced himself on her. He asks Yvette to keep quiet about seeing him and to ensure Zeke stays silent about what happened at the party. Yvette agrees, but is left shaken and disturbed after Keeve leaves, wishing her luck in court. At the Dorval estate, Max Russo confesses his deep feelings for Vanessa Dorval, who questions if their friendship was genuine. Vanessa is shocked and upset, especially after learning that Max could have manipulated her emotions to expose Keeve as her stalker. Despite Max's reassurances, Vanessa is angered and demands that he leave her house. Ben Russo stands in Vivian Jones' apartment, shocked that she is the daughter of his grandfather Lorenzo, making Vivian his aunt. He questions why she hasn't told Lorenzo, but Vivian fears his reaction. Ben assures Vivian that Lorenzo would welcome her, given the loss of Lorenzo's daughter Elvira, and promises to keep her secret from Clarice. When Ben offers Vivian half of his shares in the family company, she hesitates, but ultimately accepts, feeling guilty for taking them, even though she still plans to take over Russo Jewelers. At Vivian's apartment, she informs her lover Pacho Torres that Ben knows her true identity after Clarice's suspicions led him to investigate. While Ben agreed to keep silent and offered her shares in Russo Jewelers out of guilt, Vivian is conflicted. Though Pacho praises her for securing the shares, Vivian is uneasy, having wanted to target Clarice's shares first. She reveals that Ben might be her only ally in the family, but she hesitates to trust him fully, planning to keep him close to protect her real intentions. Meeting with his grandmother Clarice at the Russo estate, he lies, assuring her that Vivian's background checks out, even though Clarice remains suspicious. When Ben presses her about why she's so concerned with Vivian's possible connection to Shirley, Clarice dodges, saying some questions are better left unanswered. Ben warns her that secrets might backfire and leaves the conversation. JJ Dorval notices his older sister Vanessa's moodiness and asks if she's worried the restraining order against Keeve won't go through. Vanessa tries to brush it off, but they discuss her fears. JJ feels guilty for not seeing Keeve's true nature earlier, but Vanessa reassures him. She admits she's not ready to face Keeve in court, feeling scared and pathetic. JJ encourages her to be brave, while their mother, Shelley, walks in, promising that the restraining order will be granted. Terry tells her younger lover Alan Russo that Alan's mother Harley revealed their affair to Finnegan, who now threatens to use it against her. Alan questions Finnegan's motives, but Terry explains that Finnegan is bitter about her cutting Keeve out of her life. Despite Alan's suggestions to resolve things, Terry insists they end the affair to avoid a scandal, fearing the potential reaction from Alan's father, Isidore. Though Alan promises protection, Terry refuses to go public, and Alan reluctantly agrees, but vows not to let Finnegan tear them apart. Alan confronts his mother, Harley, demanding she stop Finnegan from interfering in his affair with Terry, warning his mother he'll cut ties if Finnegan exposes the affair. Harley pleads with Alan not to be manipulated by Terry, insisting she'll always be there for him. At the Dorval estate, Yulisa Torres asks her best friend Vanessa if she's ready to face Keeve in court for the restraining order. Vanessa admits her fear, unsure of what Keeve might do regardless of the outcome. Though Yulisa tries to reassure her, Vanessa worries that Keeve's unpredictability outweighs any legal restrictions. When Yulisa mentions Vanessa's support system, including Max, Vanessa reveals that Max kissed her, leaving her confused about their relationship. Ulisa urges her to confront her feelings, but Vanessa remains uncertain, unsure if she and Max can stay just friends. At Ben's office, Max confides in his brother, fearing he's lost Vanessa for good after following Ben's advice, which backfired. Max reveals that Vanessa wants to forget about their kiss, leaving him convinced she has no feelings for him. Ben reassures Max that Vanessa's lack of clear rejection might not mean she's without feelings, and advises him to ask Vanessa directly if she wants him out of her life. Though Max is afraid of the answers, Ben encourages him to confront the truth rather than dwell in uncertainty. At the courthouse, Yvette Mitchell asks her mother, Wanda, to keep quiet about her connection with Assistant DA Owen Grant, regardless of the trial's outcome. Wanda reassures Yvette that her father, Udell, will keep her out of prison. Inside the courtroom, Udell pleads for leniency, and Yvette reads an apology letter. Owen agrees to a fine and community service for Yvette instead of prison, angering Heidi. Heidi then threatens Owen, eager to see the Mitchell family fall apart. After the sentencing, Heidi hints at Owen's feelings for Wanda, leaving Udell confused and Wanda denying any knowledge. Vivian meets with Ben, who is ready to sign over his shares of Russo Jewelers. Before he does, Vivian questions if he's sure about this decision. Ben reassures his aunt, saying it's his way of righting the wrongs their family committed against her. Despite Vivian's reservations, Ben insists he's doing what their grandparents failed to do. After some back and forth about Lorenzo's potential reaction to the truth and Clarice's role in keeping them apart, Ben signs over half of his shares to Vivian. With this new power, Vivian steels herself to confront Clarice at the Labor Day picnic. Isidore Russo confronts Terry at her office, questioning why she's not in court with her son and implying she's spending time with Alan instead. Terry admits she can't stand watching Finnegan protect Keeve from consequences, and Isidore demands she end her affair with Alan immediately. Terry claims she's tried, but Alan won't let go. Isidore insists she hasn't tried hard enough, reminding her that her career and reputation should come first. When Isidore realizes Terry has feelings for Alan, he's disgusted and threatens to expose her involvement in Alan's estrangement from Dante and Martina. After the tense exchange, Terry reluctantly calls Alan to end their affair. At the Mitchell estate, Wanda invites Yvette to join her and Udell at the cemetery to celebrate Elvira's birthday before Yvette's community service. Yvette declines, preferring to focus on her assignment and glad Wanda will spend time with Udell instead of Owen. When Yvette mentions Owen, Wanda asks her not to, and Yvette agrees, saying Owen won't want to associate with their family now. Wanda advises Yvette to focus on school, but Yvette worries that Owen's leniency in court might be his way of winning Wanda's heart. Wanda reassures Yvette that Udell is the one she loves, admitting she regrets her mistake with Owen. Yvette believes her, and Wanda promises to keep their family strong as they embrace. At the courthouse, the Dorvals pray then meet Udell, who encourages Vanessa and JJ to stay hopeful about the restraining order against Keeve. Vanessa is uneasy when she sees Keeve before entering the courtroom. Inside, Udell argues for the restraining order, while Harley pleads for it to be dropped, insisting Keeve needs to get help. The judge ultimately grants the restraining order, enraging Keeve. After the hearing, Keeve insults Harley, blaming her failure on her gender, and storms off. Later, Keeve vents his anger on an incel forum, vowing revenge on Valley Park. Can't get enough of the crazy world of In Times Like These? Then, treat yourself to a binge watch of In Times Like These. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You're not ready for what's to come, but tune in anyway.